Hey everyone, welcome to this week's Wi-Fi Wednesday. Gonna go live in just a minute here. All right, please let me know if you can see my screen and see the slides. Type in yes in the chat box if you can. All right, great. All right, I'm just queuing up Facebook here. It always takes a few seconds to load. All right, let's get started. Welcome everyone to this week's Wi-Fi Wednesday. My name is Kevin Z. I am founder and CEO of My Wi-Fi Networks, and we meet each and every week to talk about what is new in the world of My Wi-Fi specifically, but also Wi-Fi marketing. We talk about cool trends, opportunities, etc. But obviously we meet to talk about the platform. So all the massive updates, we made a whole ton of updates. If you missed the news, make sure you go check out the Facebook group. We have a ton of postings that I made on last Thursday and Friday. We did a whole bunch of big releases. And if you've ever missed those releases, you can always catch up on them right on our website. So let me just pull that up and show you where they are. Oops. All right, so right on our website, you can see under updates, we have all the updates listed here, and I'm just going to click on this link. If you click on the link on the top, it actually opens up this instead of the tab. It opens it up as a full screen. So this is actually pretty cool because I don't need to make slides. I can actually just use these from now on to talk about the new features that we have. So big thing that we launched, a big SMS upgrade. So right now, if you enable the SMS feature in the dashboard, you can now capture the name, email, and other guest data like gender, country, city, date of birth, stuff like that. So you can get a legal double opt-in for SMS. So this obviously the experience is you log in via SMS, you enter your cell phone number, you get a text message right away, those 3 digits. It actually is auto added to your clipboard in many cases in iPhone and Android. If not, you'll see it as a notification as a user. You type in those 3 numbers to authenticate. So that is a legal double opt-in. So now you can send that user SMS messages from our platform and any other platform with Zapier. Now, those who are wondering, we do use Twilio for the SMS authentication. I've had some requests about us integrating with another SMS carrier. Obviously, if they have an API and if there's a smart business case for it, then definitely we will look into that. However, you can always have use the standard email form and have a phone number as a field. While it's not a legal double opt-in, you can still capture a phone number and then trigger any SMS messages from a third party using that. So we updated this. It's now live in the system. We also updated our campaign editor, which I'll run through live for you guys. And it's really cool because it makes it really easy to now change the whole styling of your entire campaign, look and feel, and really gives you a whole bunch of other creative opportunities to work with in the system. So that's really cool. And give me one sec. All right, and moving on, we have the multi-currency now for paid Wi-Fi. So if you use the Stripe integration that we have, you can now select a currency. We have Australian dollars, Brazilian, Euro, British pound, Mexican peso, Canadian dollar, US dollar, etc. So this is now, obviously, if you are billing in any of those countries and you want to bill local currency, you can now do that. All you do is set your currency here, make sure that the Stripe account that you're adding for the integration is the same currency that you are using and selecting in the drop down here. Otherwise, you may have some currency exchange stuff going on. But this is a one-to-one currency. If you set it here, it will bill as euros. As you can see here, it is in euros on this screenshot. You can see it right there. And here as well, you can define it, exactly what you want. This is a hybrid system. Again, for those who have not used this, this is a really cool way where you can have somebody get free access by logging in with Facebook or SMS or any of that. And then after, in this example, of once 15 minutes are up, then they have to pay. In this case, we set it 1 hour for $1.99, 6 hours for $4.99. You can set your own plans as you choose. You can also set this up in a campaign and schedule this campaign to only run off business hours. For example, if you want to have something else completely during business hours where it's only connect with Facebook and you get 6 hours free, that's cool. But as soon as the business closes, you might not want to let guests still use free unlimited access because the restaurant or the business is closed. You can now switch to this campaign, which has an option. Hey, we'll still give you free access, but now we're going to bill you if you go over, or you can just take off the free option and just bill. That is up to you. Obviously, you can now set that in the option. If you go to the campaign editor and choose payment options over here, you can set all that stuff. We also added a whole bunch of new Zapier templates that I announced a few weeks ago, but this now makes it really easy. We have, I think, 60 or more now Zapier templates to use. So regardless of what third-party software you're using, you don't have to map all the fields. It's now been done. You can see some examples here from Drip, ClickFunnels, iContact, Sly Broadcast, AdRoll, HubSpot, ActiveCampaign. There's a lot of really, really good options. Now, some of them we do, like ActiveCampaign, we have a native integration, but Zapier gives you a lot more options when it comes to filtering or doing anything really advanced with automations, including multi-step. So that's now built as well. We also launched automated scheduled reports. So now you can set a scheduled reports in the analytics tab in your dashboard. You can show or hide different features. You can set the layout yourself. And then you can specify, I want to send my date range. So I want to have yesterday's stats sent. Actually, the filter and criteria I have in this demo doesn't necessarily make sense, but you can show yesterday's range and send it on Friday, or you can send the last week. That would kind of make more sense. In this case, if you're doing a date range of just yesterday, you might want to do a daily report, so it just shows yesterday's activity. If you're doing it day of the week on a Friday, for example, you might want to choose your date range to be the previous week or previous month. All depends on what you want to do, but regardless, you can set up whatever you want. And the client is then sent a custom report. It's sent off at around 6 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. And we will eventually give you the option to set that time specifically, but right now we do it as a batch at 6 a.m. The client will get a secure link to view that live dashboard with the filtered criteria of exactly what you set right over here. And that also is a build of our new analytics dashboards that we launched back in March. And you can now customize all of these stats and then send those scheduled reports in to your clients. So those are the big updates that we've gone through for the last little bit. I can jump into the campaign editor if you'd like, just to kind of show you guys a little bit of what you can do with it, because it is very, very cool, a lot of options. So give me 1 sec just to hop in. So I go to campaigns and I click on add new campaign. And you can also edit your existing campaigns at any time. But here I'm going to create from, let's do one for, let's say, McDonald's. Easy example. So this preloads right away. You can also now change your logo easily, change your header, your background. If you notice, the layout is a little bit different now. So before, these used to be like a top subnav. Now we have a left subnav to keep things a lot more organized. You also can change all your login options really easily. Here's where the credit card options are. So here's where you can add the multi-currency. This shows up once you choose a Stripe account. In addition, you have the SMS fields that are now available here. And what I love about this is that you can change the styles of the actual buttons. So here, let's say you want to have a bunch of other ones set up. You can very easily here change the default style. You can change the radius. So let's say you want to have them, not so round pill shape. You want to make them completely square. You can do that. and you can also change them to buttons. Another thing I didn't cover yet is you can also now view this in responsive mode. So before, the campaign editor only really showed you a mobile view. Now you can view it in responsive mode. Now the reason we also limit the width to this, because 90% of the time, the Capture Portal on a responsive device is going to be an iPad, or it's going to be on a pop-up, like an actual window. It won't be necessarily in a full browser. It'll be in a fixed width, about 800 pixels or so, Capture Portal pop-up. And that's what this is. For example, on a Mac or PC, this is for all mobile phones, and this is for all tablets and computers. So I'll just give you a nice view of what that looks like. You can change all the layouts. You can also now reorder the elements of the thank you page. So for example, if you wanted to put the text first and the like box second, you can do that. You can also enable these other widgets too. We're going to be adding more widgets here soon too, including a lot of the types that we have in the ad server. So a lot of those embeddable widgets can now be placed here. You can do that yourself, obviously, at any time by plugging in your own custom stuff here, but we'll be adding that down the road. After user connects, we have all the standard stuff here. Obviously, you can send clients to any URL, deep link to any app store on the Apple Store or Google Play. And this is sent depending on what kind of device they are. We do a device detection, and we send users either to Apple or to Google, depending on their device type. You can also send people directly to WhatsApp. So this allows them to subscribe to a WhatsApp for Business newsletter. You can send them WhatsApp broadcasts, which in my opinion is probably the most powerful thing you can do now. Messaging is huge. And this is Facebook Messenger. You can do the same thing using Facebook Messenger bots like ManyChat or any of that stuff. You just set the Facebook page name and the referral. You don't need, this is different than logging in with Messenger, which is ultra powerful. That we are one of the only platforms to have this. So you want to make sure that you do leverage that, but you don't need Messenger login to enable the redirect. You can just redirect to any Facebook page name. It starts a chat for that client, and the referral ID allows you to initiate an automation. So let's say you have a ManyChat automation, which is welcome. If you put your referral as welcome in ManyChat, you then say, hey, if the referral, if we get somebody starting a chat with the page and they have a referral attached to it that says welcome, initiate this chat sequence or this bot sequence. So that makes, that makes it awesome to actually integrate bots right into the platform. Also, the ad server, nothing's really changed here except the layout. We now make it easier to actually view the sections over here and also view the different ad zones. So that's cool. And in the advanced tab too, we have the option now to have Facebook Pixels as a drop-down. So previously, we would have you enter the Facebook Pixel ID as a field here. The problem was that every campaign you created, you have to go dig up your Facebook Pixel ID to paste it in. We made it easy now. You add a Facebook Pixel in apps. So let me just show you here how you do that. Click on Add New App, Social Apps, Facebook Pixel. You now add a Facebook Pixel with the name and ID. Once you do that, it's going to be available as a drop-down right over here. So now you set up all your pixels for all your clients, and then anytime you're doing a campaign for that client or want to add users specifically using custom audience matching. So what this does, just to let people know, this doesn't necessarily drop the pixel. What this does is it uses the pixel ID from Facebook, and anytime somebody connects using Facebook or even email or LinkedIn, or anytime that we get their email address, in the background, we fire a webhook to Facebook that says, hey, please look up and do a custom audience match with this email and this Facebook pixel. So ultimately what that does is it adds people to your Facebook pixel audience. But we don't do it by dropping a piece of JavaScript. We do it with a back-end process, which is much more accurate, and it leverages Facebook's audience matching feature, which is really, really cool. So here you can create different audiences based on different pixels. Then you can choose which audience you want to have people added to when they connect to this hotspot. Now, to clarify, they don't have to connect with Facebook. If they use email, we'll still take the email that they entered and just see if it matches any Facebook profiles, and then we'll add that user directly to your audience. So that now exists. We're going to have more training on all the tracking and all this stuff coming very soon as well. And we also changed where the SSID is. This is now always front and center. So if you ever want to change the name of your network, you can do that right up here. So that's, I hope, is pretty self-explanatory, because, we spent a lot of time on that new builder, and we want to make sure that, obviously, if you're using it, you don't have many questions. If you do have any questions or suggestions, please let our support team know. You can always chat with us using the little chat bubble in our dashboard. Cool. So the last thing I want to talk about today is new presentations. I know I've been working very hard on putting together a whole bunch of new presentations that you guys can leverage for your sales purposes. In addition to taking those presentations and recording videos unbranded, so I don't say that my name is Kevin, I don't say that I'm from My Wi-Fi, I just literally do videos and presentations that you can take, chop up, and use for your own sales purposes. So I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek of some of the really cool stuff that I've been working hard on. Still a work in progress, but I wanted to kind of give you guys just a sample of what I'll be sharing very soon. So we have a sales presentation that it's essentially will be your 10-slide max presentation. I'll just kind of keep it on right over here. Let me get rid of this. All right, so taking a look at this just over here. So this is your presentation that you're going to be using very shortly. I'll be sharing this with you. You'll cater this to every client. It'll take just a few minutes to fill this out or customize, but I assure you it is well worth your time because this is going to help close the deal. So it starts over here. If you follow me, I'm just going to keep the slides over here so everybody can see it. And I just want to mention this is designed to be really simple. This is designed like you talk to the client on the phone, you have their interest, they want to meet with you. You just want to get to the punch. You don't want to do like a whole long educational session. You don't want to kill the deal. You really just want to go in there and get to the point. And that's what this is designed to do. So let me just make this a bit larger. So this will be your presentation. You come in there, you have your logo up here or a combination of the client or the client's logo or both of your logos up here. I leave it up to you. I usually like putting the client's logo here, and you put social Wi-Fi marketing for McDonald's, and then you just put your company name or your name down there. Whoops, sorry, let me just go to the next slide here. So you have your company overview that this is a canned message. Obviously, if you have your own mission statement or company overview, you want to put that in here. You want to get right to the point. Why social Wi-Fi for McDonald's, or why social guest Wi-Fi for McDonald's? And you don't want to talk about features. You want to talk about pains. So number one is you want to capture customer emails or don't know their customers well enough, or want to capture more customer data, or need more or better loyalty, or you want to really talk about something that's measurable as a success point that, once you put the solution in, your customer will measure you on this. And they won't measure you based on features or functionality or look and feel or colors. They'll measure it on results, and the results will be a direct correlation to the pain that you are resolving. So you want to list the 3 pain/opportunities here. 1, 2, 3, that'll be specific to each client. There's no template for this. It literally is on your call. Be like, what are the 3 things you need help with most? And that's what you put on the slide. Then you can talk about the Wi-Fi journey. So at a glance, this is what happens when guests connect to your network. They connect. So we set up a guest network at your location. People then log in with Facebook, email, SMS, depending on your strategy. You then engage with the client. You show them a live thank you page that gets them to take action in the store, or shows them a video or anything like that to engage them or educate them while on the premises. And then either still when they're there or when they leave, you can automate loyalty messages to that client in real time. So this is just for them to understand the journey. You can then take screenshots of the journey. We right inside the dashboard in the campaign section, you can literally, we provide you with that. Let me just actually show you over here. So, once you have a campaign, I hope I didn't leave anything out. Yeah, I did, obviously. So I saved this campaign. As you can see, right over here, I can just literally screenshot this on my phone. I have my login page and a thank you page. I can just literally just go like that, copy, go right over to my presentation and paste it in. Right, like that's super simple. So we're gonna look at a way of automating this, but right now it's taking 2 screenshots, and then depending on where you want to redirect them, if you're doing something custom is where you want to put automate. You don't need a screenshot here. So this is the login page, thank you page. This is generic. You can use, you can obviously have your own screenshot of this if you want. And then this, you can put your own thing as well, all depending on what your actual process is. I always recommend talking about the Facebook Pixel, what I just showed you with the custom audience matching. This helps explain that. So to the client, you say, hey, a big thing, regardless of what the, to be honest, automate is this. It's actually automating the ad process, but you can do a whole bunch of more things. At the very least, you should always talk about this. Say, you know, it's a kind of a play off the previous graphic. So people connect. As soon as they connect, we match them with a Facebook pixel audience. Then they leave your location. They go browse on another device even. They then get retargeted with an ad, and the ad converts them into a loyal customer. Okay. Just want to mention that all these graphics are free to use. So I'm giving them to you. You can use them, take them, share them in your presentations, things like that. This slide is meant to correlate to slide number 4. So you see, I'm kind of just getting to the point. I'm not doing anything else, like no BS, just right to it. So pain 1, 2, 3 should actually be the 3 things that you do in order to resolve pain or opportunity number 1, number 2, number 3. So if pain or opportunity number 1 was we don't have enough data, the objectives is collect custom data and do it through Wi-Fi. So these 3 will match these 3, and this will just really show your client that you're dialed into their needs and you're looking to really understand the pain, and you're here to solve the pain with specifically what your 3 action points are. These are essentially your 3 promise guarantees of what you're going to do for them. As soon as they see that, there's no reason to really talk about anything else. You want to go right to pricing. There's been debates on whether or not you want to have a fancy, you know, pricing page. Like I'm looking at, you know, different layouts, different tables. I mean, I have it on off my screen here. Let me just pull up to show you. Oh, it's another presentation, hard to show now. But regardless, like you can show a pricing table, options of, you know, bronze, silver, gold. It's just confusing. I got to figure out which plan I need. I got to like look at the options. I think the best way, and based on our experiences as well, to go in with a recommended solution. So your recommended solution, where's my mouse cursor here? It's weird. It's invisible, but there we go. So your 3 objectives will specifically talk about the solution you have. Now, if you want these 3 things done, this is your price. And I think you always go in with a setup fee, a monthly, but a total cost upfront monthly deal. So I always recommend 20% if you pay upfront. So here you can see it's $1,000 setup, $250 monthly. Here's the breakdown: total cost $3,500. But if you pay upfront, it's 20. You save 20%. Otherwise, you are paying $1,250 in the first month and $250 every month thereafter. If your client ever says, "Oh, this is too expensive," the first thing you do is say, "Okay, I understand. Which one of these 3 things do you not want me to do?" Because, you know, I don't have to set up your posts, your Facebook ads. I don't have to send your email newsletters. I don't have to map the data or do whatever these 3 points are. And this is how you combat price sensitivity. If a client says this is too expensive or I don't want to pay for all this, then you say, yeah, no problem. I can take away value if you want to pay less. And in my experience, they usually say, okay, let's talk again about pricing because we really want everything you just said. And we're willing, and this is where you can break on price a little bit if they get a little bit closer, but don't give in to your clients and don't undervalue yourself or don't think that what you're offering is not worth a lot, because I'm telling you it is. And if you do it right, and if you set up the automations and you can show value and you have these reports getting sent off, you can ask for as much money as you're making the clients, you know, minus a bit. They have to just profit, get an ROI on the investment. After that, the data that they keep, the actual client data, is earned media. They can continue to email their clients time and time again. That's exactly why I say just keep the pricing simple. There's only one option. If you want this option, you'll take it. You can do an upsell for this, obviously. You can have upsells listed here. This is just meant to be straight up Wi-Fi. If they ask about your process, you have a slide that says, you know, right now we're just analyzing. So right side, we analyze the system. With your approval, we'll design it, then we'll deploy it, and then we'll continuously evaluate it. So right now you're at the analyze stage, and you know, as soon as we can get approval on this pricing, we can start designing right away, and we can come deploy it when you're ready. Okay, another slide here that I added is why choose us. This is very platform focused. I think I always recommend you replacing this with, you know, your own key differentiators. You know, why choose your agency to begin with? You know, we're local. We specialize in helping restaurants. You know, you're going to come up with that specific to your agency and your angle and your niche. So we have this here if you want to talk about the platform. If not, I recommend you putting your own thing. And then call to action is, don't be afraid to ask for the sale. Say, let's get started. When can we get approval on this? Don't be like, thanks for your time. Well, you know, I'll get back to you. We'll figure out another time to meet. No, you kind of want to get the approval on the spot, or at least get some kind of direction as to when they're going to sign, or how urgent is this, or did they like what you just presented to them, etc. Beyond this, obviously, I know that you might need a follow-up meeting. So that's the sales pitch. It's designed to be 11 slides minus a couple that you can even take out. I like to say that 7 to 10 slides is the sweet spot. But if your clients ever ask you for more info, or say, that's cool, but can you come back and talk to John and Bob and Melissa and Michelle and educate them on Wi-Fi, because they're new and they're in our marketing department, and they don't know anything about Wi-Fi. So it'd be really awesome if you can come back and teach them about some things, and then if they're cool with it, then we'll go ahead. We see that happening a lot. So I've put together a whack ton of educational slides that you can use for supporting info. So these are slides you can mix and match. I never expect you to do a 142 slide, or at the end of this, it's going to be over 300 slides. So you're never going to have to do a 300 slide presentation. I never say go over 20, because the attention spans are really low. But depending on who your audience is, you can use mix and match any of these to educate your customers. So everything from, hey, have you seen this sign around? And my mouse is disappearing on me a lot here. So let me just keep focused there. So we talk about, how Wi-Fi is actually an opportunity for the business. How big is the opportunity? We talk about IoT, Internet of Things, how today's devices need Wi-Fi, why it's important, how, according to Cisco, people with mobile phones, there's going to be over 5.4 billion people with mobile phones in the world, more people than have access to electricity, or that have electricity, which is insane. The value of Wi-Fi is set to be almost $2 trillion. And there's a nice video that goes along with that I've embedded here as well. Talking about connected annual shipments, that PCs are kind of flat. It's all about smartphones, tablets, and connected cars and devices that all use Wi-Fi. There's almost 4 billion global internet users today. The benefits of offering Wi-Fi is that customers spend more money and they spend more time. Wi-Fi adoption is exploding. This is a chart that shows Wi-Fi networks in itself. Let me just make this a bit bigger. If I can get my mouse back. So yeah, there's set to be over 500 million Wi-Fi networks in the world already. That's according to Cisco. We're adding a whole bunch of more graphics here, just changing the format. According to Cisco, Meraki actually just announced that they've doubled their network size in the past 20 months. There's now over 2 million Meraki networks worldwide. And our system integrates and layers seamlessly with any of these 2 million networks. So a big opportunity for you guys who have access to the platform is going out and calling businesses that already have Cisco Meraki networks installed at the location. There's no hardware cost, additional hardware cost, I should say. You go in, you add the software as a third-party Captive Portal integration, and you can take over the network really easily. More Wi-Fi stats. I got a ton of these stats that I'm going to be putting into this format. So these are big one-pagers you can use as cards. You can use them as slides. You can post them on Instagram. Just real big impact slides that talk about the importance of Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi marketing. Global IoT stats about how the industry is exploding. These are brand new from Cisco. As you can see, I'm still formatting some of the slides. But the growth of Wi-Fi hotspots are exploding. And this is all just stats still in the stats section here. So I can't really go slide by slide here. Otherwise, we will be here all day. But in our boot camp and our mastermind that we are still planning, I didn't forget about that. We're going to be sharing this and teaching you guys how to actually present to all of these. And in fact, I think I'm probably going to be reserving a lot of this content for that boot camp. So stay tuned for that. But I'm just showing you guys a lot of the stuff, tons of stats. And then if people ask, how does social Wi-Fi work? Here's how it works. It's just like connecting to any other place to register, except it's for Wi-Fi. So the same slides, again, with more slides showing step 1, 2, 3, 4, embedded videos explaining Facebook retargeting, the growth of Wi-Fi, the different industries, why businesses need it, how to look at Wi-Fi as an ROI, how to integrate it, different hotels or different locations you can use it at. It gets the results. We talk about why and the kind of results it gets for different types of businesses. And I still have to merge and organize some of these. So there's all that. In addition to those who resell the platform or who are platform focused, you guys will love this because I did the same thing for all of our platform features. Now this will be available to you. Again, you can take this, edit it as you want, but take a look at this. So I'm actually going to just, how many, 116 slides? I know it's heavy, but I'll just show you this at a glance. Every single feature we have laid out nicely. And those who, I think I had some people asking about, you know, can I get some screenshots? And let me just show you how this looks. Whoa, I'm off screen. I'm doing it on the wrong page here. Sorry, guys. Let me just, I want to show you guys in slideshow format. Sorry, guys. I just want to change. There we go. Just so I can get it onto the screen. Cool. So as you're presenting these, they are animated GIFs. They don't say my Wi-Fi here at all. So you can talk about, hey, in the platform, it's really easy for you to go and add and change your own things. We got custom analytics dashboards that allow you to view all your data in real time, view all your client details, their gender, their age, their birthday, how much they uploaded or downloaded. We let you manage multiple locations at any time. We use different hardware. So any kind of hardware you want, you can integrate with the system. We also allow you to schedule campaigns. So you can actually use this, as you can see, to like talk yourself, to go over it. If you want to talk about analytics, we have a ton of new animated GIFs and screenshots of our new analytics section, the action metrics we have, the platform metrics, the guest metrics that you have. And this is all screenshots from the dashboards that you guys have access to. Guest login history, automation events, success, processed, email activity, you know, the different integration and the details you get back from the marketing automation tools. How you know, if you're building a network and you have multiple locations, you can see how many people are connecting in the heat map form across your entire network. You can do that globally as well. If you're if on our scale plan and you're a master reseller, this is your master reseller dashboard. So it's much more robust. You get a bunch of really cool stuff in there. We have more stuff about custom reports, how to edit your reports. So as you can see, this just talks about everything that we have. And it's meant to make it easier for you guys to go explain things, go talk about things. People care about privacy, compliance, opt-ins. All this stuff is here. So I'm doing a final walkthrough of this, and then I'll be sharing all of this with you guys, part of the bootcamp, to our agency partners, and to everyone else. I think we're going to see how far we're going to go with this, but I think it's just really valuable and gives you guys a lot of really cool stuff to work with. I can keep going here. As you can see, tons of content. All right, guys, do you have any questions I can get to right now? I hope you guys enjoyed this. I think I really wanted to share a lot of stuff with you. All of these slides are going to be available to you very shortly, and they're all editable, so you can go in and make them your own. All right, guys. Well, let me just check quickly if there's any new questions here. You can use animated GIFs in the system. They actually look really slick. Let me show you one that we have here. And I just actually want to mention as well, those of you who are going to be attending the Collision conference, I just want to say one thing here. So we got accepted, my Wi-Fi networks got accepted into the growth program at the Collision conference. It is happening in Toronto right here, May 20th, 23rd. So we were selected into the growth program, which is a really hand-picked group, and it's a really exclusive group. So we're super proud to be a part of that. I'm also going to be speaking on the Collision stage on Thursday, May 23rd. At around 11:30 in the morning, but we will be exhibiting on Tuesday, the 21st, all day there. So if any of you guys are going to be attending Collision, hit me up. If there's enough of you coming, definitely want to do us, you know, we'll have a group get together. We'll have maybe a dinner, or at very least a whole big drink meetup. And, but definitely if you're at that event, or if you're in Toronto, 20th to 23rd of May, come by, say hello. The whole team will be there, and you'll be able to say what's up. So if you want to learn more about that, you can check out collisionconf.com. This is all the details about that here. And I'm going to be talking generally about how Wi-Fi has the opportunity to save brick and mortar. I know there's a lot of problem and talk about brick and mortar businesses dying. And to be honest, I think There's a huge opportunity in Wi-Fi, and just taking a look at the kind of speakers that are going to be there. The Prime Minister of Canada, Seth Rogen, founder and CEO of Medium, a bunch of people that you may know, Timberland, a bunch of people. You can go through thousands of people, in fact. So go check it out. My face is somewhere there as well. And definitely, if you're in Toronto, I'll be happy to buy you a drink. All right, guys. So that being said, thank you for joining us this week, and I look forward to sharing more awesome stuff with you. As soon as these presentations are done, I will be sharing them in the appropriate channels. And that being said, if you have any questions, always contact support. We are happy to help you. Thanks, everyone. Take care. See you later.